Hello, and welcome to Yapology 101. Today, I have joining with me a very special guest, OSIE, an internet personality as well as a very talented musician. OSIE, please introduce yourself.
Hey, my name's OSIE. I say a lot of thing. I make a lot of music. I love to talk. I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Momo, for having me.
Yes,
And
of
I'm
course.
excited to get into the Yapology.
I am very excited too. OSIE, I've been following you for quite a while. I'm not going to lie. And I had been thinking of posting videos just like using my voice, for quite a while. And I did a bit on YouTube and then I gave up. And then I saw you pop off and I was like, whoa, she's saying everything that I've ever said. So that excited me very, very much. So I followed you and then I was very, very inspired to do it too. I want to ask you, what inspired you to start?
I've been getting asked this question a lot recently, and it's kind of funny because I don't think my answer is what people would expect, but this has just kind of been like my master plan since I was born. I'm like one of those people that is very lucky to kind of like know what I wanted to do kind of straight out the gate, straight out the womb. And obviously, you can tell by my appearance and the things that I say that I was raised by the internet in a large part. So I just kind of knew that I wanted to say stuff on the internet. And then, yeah, one day I just kind of decided to start really going hard at it and uploading a lot of videos every day. And it just kind of took off. Yeah, and then also I always knew it was going to be kind of a vehicle for me to start promoting my music career. I was like, I have a marketable personality, so I'm going to use that, and then eventually it'll become all about my music. So that's where I'm at right now.
So, OSIE, this is the mindset and literally same. Like literally same. It's so crazy because I've pretty much known what I've wanted to do my whole life. I'm like, I want to be the greatest musician to ever live. But I'm like, okay, what do we do with the internet? We use it so that we can do that. Especially when it comes to having like a marketable personality. Yes, very much so. It seems like being an extrovert out in the world today, or a so-called an extrovert, it's worthless almost. But on the internet, it's so priceless because everyone's an introvert. And it's just beautiful for extroverts. It's weird that the internet is beautiful for extroverts when it feels like it's a sanctuary for introverts. I don't know.
That's true. That's true. I mean, I would argue that being an extrovert is beneficial in the real life too because of the fact that people are introverts. Like, I think regardless of whether it's in the internet or real life, like if you are willing to kind of go out there and really show your personality. And honestly, I don't even think this is specific to the times. I just think that so many people are, I don't know, humans are self-conscious, and it's really hard to break out of that shell of like hyper analyzing everything that you do in like a really self-conscious way and preventing yourself from taking opportunities. And I obviously have to try, convince myself to be outgoing every day, but like those who are willing to do it, they're the ones who get the opportunities, and the ones who try. I mean, you can't achieve something unless you're willing to try, and it is getting less cool, quote unquote, to try.
Oh, absolutely. It's getting less cool to try. And this whole thing about, you were saying the people who do it. Yeah, that's very true. But it's an interesting like paradox to be in when you're the person who does it, but you also have this self-saboteur and you have like all this trauma that you're kind of stuck in survival mode and not realizing you're sabotaging your whole thing. You could be the most extroverted, most like goal driven, but if you're not processing or you're refusing to see those parts of yourselves and like accept those parts of yourselves, you're never going to start. That's really what I had to realize, and I'm still kind of dealing with that. Like just last night I was like sobbing and crying because of whatever is my self-sabotaging ways that I still have, even though I've gotten this far. It's like people don't talk about how this still happens within you, even when you're motivating other people, even when you're inspiring other people. You're still human. You're still so human. And I think people who watch the type of content that you and I make. They see us as we don't have these issues, we don't have these problems, so they could never really do the thing that we do. But they could.
Yes.
They're literally, we're all the same. It's all within you. It's like they could quite literally do the same exact thing if they would accept the fact that they're never going to be perfectly fixed in order to do that. There's no perfect process.
Yeah, I super agree. I mean, I definitely have to have kind of a separation between everyone has to have a separation between like who they present as versus who they are when they're just by themselves. But specifically, I think when making I don't know I don't know what I would call it, just life perspective content, or talking about maybe lessons you've learned, or people call it philosophical topics. If you're gonna have that kind of reflection on yourself, you're gonna make a lot of statements, broad statements, but you kind of have to be able to acknowledge that while you can have that wisdom and share it with the world, you're obviously not always going to be able to follow it, and it's really utterly useless to try and hold yourself or anybody else to the impossible standard of like consistently following this advice, because I think humans part of being wise, there's kind of this like pain that comes with it of like, I know I'm not always going to be, I know what I should do. I also know I'm not always going to be able to follow it. So giving yourself that grace is like really important, because there's plenty of times in my internet career or in the past few years of this, doing this online, that I've completely gone against my own advice, but I end up learning more because of it. So I think that's why it's important to have a separation between, locking into, whoever OSIE is for me versus like who I am in my day-to-day life, which is ultimately like a young adult who like does not fucking know anything.
No, but that's it. It's almost like having to create an alter ego in order to protect your private self, in order to not, because when you mesh these two things together, the internet's a fucking cruel place, and you start to think as you're OSIE online. If you don't separate OSIE online with OSIE at home, you're fucked mentally, because you know what I mean? That was something I really had to learn how to do when I first started getting a lot of really unsavory comments. It's like, this isn't me. They don't really know me. It's like public me. So what do they know?
It's like a few seconds of one opinion that you have one idea for, that a whole culmination of life experience has to happen in order for you to have one thought, to have one opinion. And then the same thing goes with a commenter. Like, do you remember all the comments that you've left on the internet? I'm not a huge commenter, but I don't remember any of the comments I have left. I'm not giving a second thought to that. And also, I think in order to do anything online, or actually just in the world in any capacity, you kind of have to realize that no one who has a positive or negative opinion about you, most of the time, they don't actually know who you are, and they are projecting their own experiences and what they know and their own life onto you. And that's how kind of everyone goes throughout the world, is like, you're a person with your own set of experiences. You're going to view the world through that set of experiences. The more you're able to take yourself out of your selfhood and your ego and like view things on a more, I don't know, universal perspective, or like put yourself in other people's shoes, I'd say that's where true wisdom comes from. But like, we're not always going to be doing that all the time. And also most people are not doing that or putting effort into doing that. And that's very important to keep in mind, because people are just going to spew their own life and their own bullshit at you. And that's kind of what you sign up for.
Oh, dude, it's definitely what you sign up for. And it's also a matter of like not taking it personally, because that can ruin you. So especially if you're a sensitive person, a person like who feels their emotions so deeply, or feels projections or energy, or how people say they're empaths, but I wouldn't call it that. Rather, I feel like you can feel someone's energy through a screen, I feel, you know. But you're really speaking my language, so I'm trying hard not to gush. Like, everything you're saying, I'm like, yes.
So yeah, I knew we would agree. Yeah. No, dude. Yeah, and like with the sensitivity thing, I mean, you have to be a sensitive person to make art, or to be able to like, I don't know, express any of the kind of opinions or articulate your emotions in the way that we do. Like, there's a lot of emotions that have to happen in order for the reflection, for the verbalization of those emotions. So it's that same sensitivity that can end up kind of biting you in the ass when trying to share that with the world, which is
it's so crazy how it's such a great benefit, but it can really be your undoing, your unbecoming. It's so terrifying, actually.
Yeah, and it's not that you shouldn't take people's criticisms or opinions, because, like, I love hearing people's opinions. I like to engage with my comment sections and really, again, like, try to put myself in others' shoes, unless they're, like, baseless insults. Like, it's the most unintelligent thing to just, like, be like, you're septum-ring, you're like a cow on a cow farm. It's really, like, if you're gonna say that, there's no point. But I've gotten some really well thought out long criticisms on a lot of my videos, and I do like to, like, sit and reflect on that. And also, like, you can care what some people think of you, but those people should be the ones who are closest to you, who you know have your best interest at heart, and, like, who know you the best.
So actually, the way that you interact with your comment section is kind of a goal of mine right now, because it's like, in the beginning, of course, I was interacting because that was the very thing. I wanted to get more perspectives. It gave me ideas just to read other people's comments about what I already said.
Yes.
It was so inspiring. And then it got to the point where I was like, oh, there's a bunch of stuff. And now I never look at my comment section, and it's making me not have fun with it anymore. But then you're so right. It doesn't. That's one thing I'm deconstructing. Literally, no one's opinions matter unless they love me. Unless they're a loved one. They see me every single day. You know, they're my emergency contact. Otherwise, why should I care? What is the reason to care? To fit in? To feel like you're accepted, or to feel like you're acceptable? Why should I feel like I'm acceptable? Why should anyone have to feel that way? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, like, you do want your audience to accept you. And, like, if I am to post something and I feel like, to examine the validity of the criticisms, like, you really have to ask how it feels in terms of, like, alignment with your values and what you're trying to portray with your content. Like, if I put out something that makes a lot of people, and I can tell that the reaction is kind of emotionally inflammatory in a way that's ultimately not in alignment with the goal I have with my content, which is to be helpful, you know, disrupt the system a bit, but also to be helpful and not cause more division amongst people.
Exactly.
There are plenty of videos that I've made that, you know, based on the public reception of them, I've just been like, you know what, maybe that isn't in alignment with what I want to do. And it takes time, and you know, it just takes practice to kind of learn that skill of discernment, but it's worth it. And also, I mean, if you don't want to look at your comments, don't. It's like, you're under no obligation to. And, like, there's a fine line, you know. I definitely shouldn't check my comments as much as I do, but you know, it's not hugely weighing on me. But if it were to start, it's like, take a lot of time away from social media. If you're gonna do social media, take a lot of time away from it also.
It's absolutely I feel like a lot of people, when they first start out, they have this kind of, like, negative feedback loop addiction. And I've seen it with so many people, even like, have you ever watched the Cat's Eye Dream Academy, like, reality show?
Yes.
Right. Dude, they were doing that exact thing. When I found myself doing that exact thing, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Yeah.
Like, why am I looking for that to maybe, validate that I think that about myself or something? You know, it really makes you think. But then again, if I weren't to look at my comment section like that and be aware of what I'm doing, would I have known I had that issue? So maybe it is important to put yourself in that uncomfortable situation of everyone hating you for just a minute, you know? Like, no validation.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been canceled, thank God. I really hope I don't. I try to refrain from anything. Like, you really do have to be thinking ahead in the modern day and age of, like, what are people going to be getting canceled for in 10 years? Let me not do that right now.
Right.
So it helps to have, like, your own moral compass in that way. Damn, I had something really good to say that I fucking forgot.
Dude, okay, I'll just segue from what you were saying, because the whole thing about having your own values, it's so skewed with TikTok because it feels like no one really has their own values. It's kind of like, what is TikTok telling you to value right now? And no one reads, no one goes out, looks for other sources, no one does their own research. And there's so much misinformation. One thing that's been pissing me off recently, how sensationalized science content is on TikTok. They lie about studies completely to fit like some weird agenda. And it's like so anti-science. It's so anti like progress. It's been pissing me off so bad, dude.
Yeah, I mean, any time that you go on the internet, you just kind of have to like keep in mind that like most of it's just not real. The more I go on it, and it's so weird as someone who like creates on there to be so anti social media. I don't know.
Dude, literally.
It's like
literally.
It's a feeling of discoordinates like inside myself, but because it's like I benefit from people going on social media and looking at my stuff, but I more and more just like want to not look at it, want to not go on there, and I really
same.
don't that much. I have like surprisingly, considering the fact of like how active I am on social media, my screen time is very low. I spend like under an hour on Instagram every day.
Hold
it's
on.
like
Clapping.
Thank you. It's my crazy app limiters. I'm very grateful. But that's why I try in my content to promote self-reflection above everything else. But that's a hard balance to strike because your content will not be successful unless you kind of make people feel like they have to agree with you or they have to watch your video.
Indeed. It's such a tough battle when you have like your intrinsic motivation to make this content is not the same as in algorithms, but you have to work underneath in algorithms to be able for to help people. It's such a frustrating thing when you're not like a Jeff Bezos type, you know? It's so fucking actually annoying because I don't want to have to try and rage bait or play on people's emotions to try and help them. How does that help them? I don't know. Unless it's making them uncomfortable for their benefit. That is one way I try to do in my content where it's like, I'm making you uncomfortable, but it's because I know it will help you because that's what's helped me, you know?
Exactly.
I don't know. I just,
No, that's very true. I think it's interesting because like you have to have that knowledge when you are to scroll on social media that is the intent of most people who are creating content, but that's the kind of whole purpose of social media is to stop having to use your discernment, and that's like where you go to stop using your brain, so you're just kind of letting all that shit into your subconscious mind, which is insane. Like I don't on top of all that, it's funny because I know all of this and I say all this, I talk about this, I'm very passionate about the harmful effects of social media, yet when I am on social media, I don't need to see any more content about how bad social media is. I know.
True.
I know.
Actually,
I'm like
true.
actively like trying to not watch any of that. Like on my YouTube feed, especially every video essay, it's like, your screen is rotting your brain. It's like, okay, I needed more guilt today. I don't know. Like my screen time is as low as it can get.
Wait, that is so true though. I've kind of been dealing with a similar thing where it's like, I've been trying to get online, and when I'm online, do the best thing I can do while I'm online. But it's hard to not get caught up in how much guilt and shame is very heavily promoted on the internet. And it keeps you in the guilt and shame loop where you don't want to leave your phone because you're addicted to guilt and shame for some reason.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And it's just like, yeah, I am tired of people we know it's our phones. It's quite obvious it's our phones. How about let's start doing some hobbies. Let's start having some lives.
Well, that's why it's upsetting to see that content anymore because, and I mean, you look like you have hobbies. You seem like you're passionate about things. Like I have hobbies too, and it's like go outside. Yes, me too. It's like, oh guys, you need to go build a community. You need to go outside. You need to engage with your real life. What if I'm doing all of that? Leave me alone. I am doing it.
I think
I'm doing it
I've
every
been
day.
guilty of making some videos like this because I know there are certain specific people where I've been overlooking the people who are doing the work. I'm just like focusing on the very specific people that are like, oh, I never want to leave my room and life is so hard and I never want to go outside and go
That's
maybe
sad.
volunteer or something. You know, it's just so frustrating.
I
to
mean,
see
those
so
people
many young
need the
people.
videos.
They do. They low key need them. Like they
know,
low key
yeah.
need my help. Like, please get out of your bedroom for 1 minute. I promise you, the world has so much to offer you. You know.
Yeah.
Like it literally makes me want to throw up.
No, I do think about like how many baddies are like holed up in their rooms, which is why not like alongside like making content that makes people feel even just a little bit better, and like
Yeah.
able to get up and like go out in the world. One of my passions in life is, I mean, like event planning,
Yeah.
putting on events, doing things to get people in real life. And I feel like I think I'd feel a lot more purposeless and kind of directionless as a creator if I didn't have music as my grounding force, because music is such a real life, like I'm in a music scene in my
Yep.
area, you know, so, and that involves a lot of community building, and I'm also involved in, you know, event planning in a lot, you know, all over the place, and it's something I'm very passionate about. So also giving people, like young cool people want places to go, and
Yes.
they don't have that. They don't, and like the wisdom and like insight on myself and just the entire world that I gain from going out for one night, like to one of my local shows, whether it's one that I'm playing or just one that I'm attending, going to the club, like going to these little parties, I just feel a sense of fulfillment that like I could never get from the parasocial interaction that I'm getting through my screen. As much as the screen helps, and as much as I'm discussing the things that happen on my screen with these real life people, it still is just a different, it's just, I mean, it's natural for us to go out and interact with each other. So I also think it's really important to put on events for young people who are chronically online, because I mean, we have a lot of fun. Like, you ever been to a Five Nights at Freddy's party? Like, you
Dude,
can
I
make
wish.
things fun. You can make things fun.
No, that's so real. And actually, I've been so lacking community to the point where I'm like, I'm my only choice is to make my own, because it's like I feel like a lot of young people especially, this is the pipeline of how a lot of isolated young people make community, I think, and why the community doesn't really last. It's like, for me, it was Bumble BFF. No, you know what I mean? That community is not going to last. Yeah, the apps, the online, the trying to create a collective with an individualistic approach. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's why I've been suffering to make genuine connections, because I met real people from online, right? From the internet, Bumble BFF, whatever. Then, you know, I feel like a lot of people also overlook who they're actually looking to be around. You know, they want community so bad that they're willing to let their walls down, just let anyone. They don't even have to have, and you know, you don't have to have everything in common or anything in common to be friends. But however, I want to tell you a story, the worst Bumble BFF story of my life.
I'm ready.
So, I love music. It's my passion. And I have never met anyone in my life, in my real life, who genuinely believed they were going to make it until I met this one girl on Bumble BFF. I thought we were on the same wavelength. Her name was almost exactly spelled the same as my real name. I was like, I was in spiritual psychosis, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh,
been there. Literally been there.
It's dark, dude. It's so dark because you meet people like her. So, she was cool at first. I was like, she's a bit, she seems disconnected from reality. I was trying to get her to stop using AI as her best friend. It was kind of weird. And she invites me to a party. Yep. She invites me to a party. This was like in the summertime before I started posting on TikTok at all. She took me to a party in the middle of Kennesaw, Georgia. I don't know. Georgia made, not really. But we go to Kennesaw. We go to this party. She's a straight girl. I should have known what kind of party she was going to take me to.
Yeah, you're done.
I was done. When I saw your video about straight people parties, I'd never been to a straight people party.
People hate me so much for that video, but I am
but
standing
you were
on
right.
it.
You were telling the truth. The real oracle.
You.
This is why Jesus was crucified type of shit, bro. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
But no, seriously, dude. I walked in this straight party. I was dressed like I was so sexy that day. All dressed so sexy for myself. I don't know. I felt so good. First time going to a party for real as an adult. I was so excited because I never got that as a kid. I was a weirdo. I was an anime weirdo, fucking outcast loser.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Never got invited to those. But now I'm hot, so I can go to parties, right? Right. But dude, what sucks is you're hot, so you get into a straight party. You get into the straight party, but guess what their expectations are for you as a woman? Shut the fuck up, look pretty. If you say anything, I'm going to commit violence against you, or I'm going to say something very rude to or condescending to you.
They're just like, I'm looking. Shake some ass, bitch. I'll
be right back. Because you know what? I'm going to show you the hat I was wearing that made this man almost punch me in the face.
Oh my God.
Weird. I was wearing this hat, and this is what I was
amazing.
Saying. All I said was, this is Atlanta. Does anybody have any Newports? God damn. And then he turns to me, and he says, shut the fuck up, bitch. That's a fake cowboy hat. And he almost tries to punch me. He's like, ugh. He's like, what? I'm like, whoa. 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 Okay. First of all, I wasn't going as a cowboy. This is a Gyaru cowboy hat. It's like the beach kind.
Mind you. The fuck?
Like, first of all, you don't even know what Gyaru is, bitch. Second of all, fuck you. I don't have to tell you, like, you're
That's crazy.
Such a
That's
loser.
crazy.
And then I slobbered all over that blunt so that it would be super wet when they hit it. Super wet. I was like, bitch, fuck you. Yeah. That's what I do every time I smoke with straight men. Every time. To ruin it for them.
Get lip gloss all over the blunt.
And spit. I really slob it up.
No, fuck
and they're
'em.
like, ew, who the fuck hit the... And I'm just over here like...
Right, because if you're going to almost punch me, like what? Like, then I'm going to slob on the blunt.
Yeah, and if I have COVID, then you're dead.
Yeah, you're done.
Bye-bye.
Wow, straight parties not... Heterosexual men, I believe that the majority of them do not know how to party. And, like, I feel bad for them because they should, like, partying, it's not just me who faces sadness from that experience. Like, I'm sure that they feel trapped and awful as well. But it's terrifying. I mean, the last straight party I went to, completely hot box, like I couldn't breathe in any of this entire venue.
Jesus
and
Christ.
Then on my way out, I heard two men, one of whom, like, I know who this guy is, like, literally rating a woman by number. Like, they were like, what scale are we rating her on? Like it was crazy.
Like,
and then
was she there?
Yes, she was like 2 feet away from them. So just like some really weird shit.
How about them? How would you rate them, OSIE? How would you rate those dudes?
Just like a 0 on personality. Well, it's the thing is, like, how are you all... this is something that upsets me. Can y'all wear a different outfit than each other? One time...
Bruh.
One time... Oh, God. They're all wearing the same black shirt and pants. I love an all-black fit. Why is it all the same shape and caliber of black outfit?
Of being associated with any sort of femininity. Any sort of drip is femininity to them. Any sort of drip, it doesn't matter. It could be the most masculine mechanical work jacket. It's a feminine if it's drip. They don't know how to drip because they can't appreciate femininity.
It's just missing out. It's missing out to me. But it's like the type of style where you can tell that, like, there's a level of chronically online to it. There's a level of chronically online.
Yeah.
It has to, the level of chronically online that has to mean that you're not in that much of a rejection of femininity. So I just don't know where the line is. And also sometimes these dudes are really cute. So one time I was at this giant event and I, like, flirted with this one guy. Because he was gorgeous, like a girl, and
that's my favorite type. That's my partner.
Right. So there's like 200 or 300 people in this event, and I just keep thinking that I see this guy around like all night, but I'm like, no, there's just a bunch of you with the same haircut and the same outfit. My mistake.
Oh my God.
It's okay.
No fucking way. You really saw them as a homogenous group.
Yeah. They are a hive mind, and you know. That's okay. It's okay.
It's okay, fine, I suppose. But one thing I've been noticing, I don't know. I know that you have you do your band with your siblings, but I don't know how younger than your siblings are. My siblings are very much like Gen Alpha or like really young Gen Z,
Mm.
oh my God, the way they dress. Like, first of all, shout out Yusuf. I love you, bro. I love you, bro. You're dripped out. I love you. You're so original. I promise you. I love you, bro. And the girls too. But I'm going to be so for real. Every teenager now dresses exactly like you go on TikTok and you see like a teenager doing like a dance. Not that I'm like watching teenagers do dances. But like, you know what I mean? But you see that and you see the outfit and you're like, I just went to Walmart and saw 20 teenagers in the same exact baggy pant and the same exact like zip up. It's always the zip up hoodie. They don't even do the other hoodies thing. It's just fucking crazy. What's happening? Like they're all the same.
I feel like I don't know if it's I feel like it's kind of always been like when I think about what our generation was doing, it's like we had mom jeans, white tank top, Visco girl.
Oh my God, I was wearing the fuck out of those mom jeans.
Yeah, Visco girl. Ugh. It was happening. And I remember that. And that's just like being a teenager is terrifying. I would not wish ever to go back to that because you're just like coming into the world and you're not a kid anymore, but you kind of want to be an adult, but you're neither. And you just kind of want to fit in. And it's such an awful claustrophobic feeling. It's like really scary.
That's why I try and give as much advice as possible to my siblings now that they're like teenagers.
Yes.
Because Jesus Christ, I had no one, and I was going through some horrible shit.
Yeah, I'm the oldest
now they
as
have
well.
Me. You're the oldest too?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, well,
you know.
Yeah.
There's an energy.
Yeah, we have a lot of similarities. My band, only my drummer is my sibling. They're like 19 though. They're only 2 years younger than me. So, and they're, I mean, they're just like another really cool like alternative queer person. So I like, yeah, they have very individualistic style because they're not on social media like at all.
I freaking wish my siblings would get off of social media. That is the one thing I keep telling them. But the ones that are a little bit younger, like 13 and so,
that's scary.
They're cooked, bro. They can't. Yeah. I was watching YouTube videos with my sisters. They were switching every 5 seconds to a new YouTube video. It was terrifying. I literally have no hope. And I am not a pessimistic person. I am not a pessimistic person, but what is that? I'm so scared.
Yeah, that's scary. I have 2 sisters who are like literally babies. Like I have a 3-year-old sister and a 7-year-old sister. I don't know. I have faith for them. They're good at video games, but they also can like have social interactions. Or like, yeah, they're that's weird, important. But I like that.
My siblings are also very weird, and I think I have kind of bred them to be super strange. Like I kind of set them up to be weird.
You're doing God's work.
I'm really glad because it's so weird because or rather, they visited America. And I saw them, and seeing how much inspo they took from me was kind of creepy. I was like, wait, you guys look up to me? It was so. It's beautiful.
It's so fun.
It was really amazing, but then it made me like look up to myself. I was like, wait, you guys look up to me for a reason. There's a reason. Like I have
I'm goated.
I'm goated as fuck. yeah, exactly. Dude.
I love that.
I love that.
What were the other, we had a couple things that we wanted to talk about.
Yes.
Shift into those.
Okay, I'm gonna do the wild card first. So I was on my browser on some website, and I saw one of those little pop-up ads at the bottom. Pop-up ads are now using AI images of like, I don't know, like body dysmorphia AI. Like it's horror. And it got me thinking that I really miss when pop-up ads were just like erectile dysfunction pills or like like a penis enlarging.
Yes.
Or like Lois and Peter Griffin having sex or something.
Yes.
What happened? How do we get back to that?
You don't know how good you have until it's gone. Like, I really think that's it. Like, well, the whole, like, it makes sense that they're using AI for advertisements more than it makes sense for, like, anything else. Like, that's, of course, like, the first thing that you would do if you acquired AI as a company. It's like, let's cut costs, let's make ads with this thing. But you don't realize that you're gonna miss like the stupidest bullshit that you hated about the world. It's like, oh, I hate these bullshit ads, why are they here? And then the ads get even more bullshit and you're like, can you just make it bad again? Because it was funny when it was bad, but now it's just depressing. I mean, ads have always been depressing, but
right.
I I don't know. That just scares me. I can't. That just
Dude,
fucking scares me, and I don't like it.
I was looking at it and I was like, wow, these body proportions that they're trying to make women feel bad about in this AI image they are not possible in real life. It's an AI render of something that's not. It's so fucking dystopian, and I don't believe that the world's gonna end. I really don't. However, I just don't think that that's a good sign for like women. That's a good sign for like how we're supposed to feel about ourselves. It's just gonna get entangled with AI and more perfect and perfect.
It's just gonna get so fucking crazy and like alien-like that it's just gonna be hard to. It's gonna be, the divide is gonna be so wide. The gap between like what a real human experience is versus like the fucking like AI alien like beauty standards. Like everything's just gonna get so otherworldly and outlandish that no one's gonna be able to even follow it anymore. It's gonna be like, what do you guys think you're doing? What do you think you're trying to get us to do? It's unbelievable at this point, because up until now it's like they've got us in it enough to kind of continuously believe like the lies we are sold. And I'm sure that some people will remain in that delusional state of like, I'm gonna believe the next insane beauty trend, but the more ridiculous it gets, the more people are just gonna be like, this is undeniably fucking whack. Like, what are we doing? We're not doing this anymore.
Yes, and once it becomes too unrooted in reality, we can't do it in reality, not even with plastic surgery. What the fuck are we going to do? Like,
yeah, we're just going to be like, you know what? Might as well be myself.
I'm really, really excited for the extinction burst of AI. I'm very excited for whenever that is coming. There's a data center so close to my house, so close to my house. It's humongous. They have so many lights on all the time. They're Christmas lights. They had more Christmas lights than any neighborhood near me. It was disgusting. The weather has been getting so horrible here. The air quality has been getting so horrible here. And guess what? Guess how many white people live in this area? Yeah. Anyways, so it's just really, I'm really frustrated by the environmental damages to my community right now of AI that I'm about to go and. This is not a threat to the data center, but I'm coming for you guys, and I'm gonna do something.
Yeah, no, explode it.
I'm doing something to the building because I found out about this data center when I was working at Walmart. A customer came up to me and said, "Did you know that they're building, they're gonna be training robots in there?" And I was like, "This was before AI was more normal." I was like, "Robots? What? Like walking robots?" He was like, "Yeah." So I thought it was gonna be some cool, futuristic, real robot stuff. Nope. Nope, just air pollution.
Just the generative training model. No, it's not real. It's aliens.
I mean, this might cause the end of the world, but for technology,
Who said that? Peter Thiel, or was it someone else that's similar to Peter Thiel?
I just know that Sam Altman was like.
Sam Altman, yes.
Was like, yeah, we're using so much water, but like, think about the resources that it takes to train a human, guys.
No. can't. What? The resources are within you. What are we talking about?
No, like they're like, oh, you think it like takes a lot of water to like train a generative AI, but like it also takes like a lot of water to like train a human.
What the fuck does that even supposed to mean? That's so frustrating. That's so frustrating. What is that supposed to mean?
So what, like we need to kill humans to give more water to AI, I guess, because
so
AI takes less water.
Like what?
I don't need to know. I'm a girl.
Yeah, honestly,
I'm gonna be in the energetic realm. I'm not sticking around for that.
Yeah, we're gonna be stardust, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited. I always like to think about how it would feel to just be that like ball of energy and not have to be in this physical form, because it's fucking really exhausting.
And we will know one day. And until then, we'll like do shit like be on like podcasts and stuff.
In heaven. Podcast in heaven. No, but dude, I wanted to ask you on your opinion. There's this theory that I was super into like 2 years ago when I was really scared of dying.
Word.
It's real. The way we're taught to deal with death and grief is not normal.
Yeah.
It's
Western
not
death culture is like so weird.
Dude, this is unrelated, but even like my culture's death culture is so much healthier. Like Egyptian death culture is so much healthier.
Oh, okay, you're Egyptian. That's dope.
Egypt. Anyways.
Hell yeah.
I also wanted to say, it's dope that you're a Pacific Islander. That's low-key fucking aura as fuck. Like, I just wanted to say that.
I'm like Pacific a gajillion things.
So aura.
Thank you.
Okay.
But yeah, I was raised in a very Pacific Islander household. Like my family is from Guam and
Oh,
all that
Guam
good
is so
stuff.
fucking aura. OSIE.
Thank you.
Guam?
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
literally love Guam. I go down rabbit holes about Guam so often on TikTok. I love Guam. But
People don't even know what Guam is.
dude, Guam
They
is
don't
sick.
even know. Oh my god, it's incredible.
And fuck the US for making Guam a territory.
Oh my god, it's so annoying. They're like, it's a military base now. Give me your land. Yeah, no, love it. Love being a Pacific Islander. I need to learn more about our death practices, but I do know that I think we did a lot of bone worship.
Oh.
Like we would
that's-
keep the bones or skulls of passed away people and we would like make offerings and shit. I think. I might be
Yes.
completely wrong, but that's what I remember. So yeah,
That's kind
that's
of a
just
sick
way
way
healthier.
to honor like your past loved ones, honestly, rather than
Right?
cutting them off to get
I got your
molested
sick
by a
ass
mortician.
skull, dude. Yeah.
You know?
Oh my god. Let's not. Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, let's not get into that, I guess.
But what's your theory? What's this theory?
Oh, my apologies. I tend to get on tangents.
No, yeah. That's what this is for.
I tend to get on very bad tangents. No, but the theory, I can't remember who was the guy, but basically he had this like what's it called, near death experience theory, where they were having these near death experiences where they were dying and everyone would have the same experience, but what was interesting about it was they would see whoever they believed in. You would see whoever you believed in. That's whoever.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, and that I rocked with that. I was like, that makes total sense, because it's like a Christian gets Jesus and then an atheist gets like Pickle Rick or something, you know? And that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're all going into their afterlife being like, "Ha, I was right, you fools." Isn't that such a funny ending to human life, is just like getting your ego affirmed.
But you know what's even funnier? After they got picked up by Jesus, they were taken to a different place to be told all the secrets of the universe, and they just accepted it.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I could totally believe that. I really could.
Dude, I believed it, so I still kind of believe it, to be honest. I kind of ride for this guy's
Why
theory
not?
because that's kind of like beautiful. Like, yeah, I want to know all the secrets of the universe after I die and like turn into like dust or like a light or something and just be happy and be a glowy ball of energy. Like, that's the best case scenario.
Yeah.
Because when I had a horrible Shrooms trip. Me and my partner had the worst Shrooms trip. It was like hospital Shrooms trip. Like, bad. Like suicide attempt type of thing.
Word.
Real shit. But you know why? Because we were seeing real hell. We were seeing real hell. And after that, when we realized we were alive, like they realized they were alive, and we got out the hospital, we were like, God, I never want to die. If that's what happens after you die, I never want to die.
Wait, did you actually go to the hospital?
Oh yeah, it was so terrifying. Like,
they didn't know.
So I'll tell you the story. My partner and me did some Shrooms tablets from the vape store, by the way.
Oh. Okay.
Dude, and we have done Shrooms chocolate bars together, and it's been chill as fuck. It's been like I'm every woman ChocoCon, like it's been chill as hell.
Yeah.
I like connecting with the earth and like everyone who's come before me type shit. And then we take these tablets and we're seeing hell. We're seeing literal hell incarnate. I am, at least, and I'm seeing a bunch of fucked up things. But then my partner is literally trying to kill themselves by swallowing my hair dye, you know, type of shit. But not really, because the bottle wasn't even open. The bottle wasn't even open, but I was tripping. So I was like, oh, fuck. So the ambulance, and then the cops come and they racially profile, and it was just fucking awful. Like, it was so scary. It was like tripping, and then they were going to pull a gun on us, and then we're going to go to the emergency room, and then...
Oh, darling.
It was horrible, dude. Horrible.
Oh, my God. Wow, you've lived.
Dude, after that, my view on life changed. That's when I started posting. Like, I deadass realized, like, I'm wasting my fucking life right now.
Yeah.
Sitting in my room pondering about what life is when I know I'm life and I breathe life into everything I do. So do it.
Yeah,
You know?
I don't think I give Shrooms enough credit for making me who I am as a person.
Me too.
That's just kind of exactly what made me be like, dude, like, art is like whatever you decided you want it to be. Like, that's yeah, that's definitely a lot of what made me embrace my weirdness.
So my partner just said every single trip that happens.
Yeah.
Like, every time we sit and we're laying on the floor and we're like, we're literally fucking Mozart visionaries living in a dirty room. Like, what the fuck is going on? We need to do something. And we're living in a fake simulated world, and it makes you feel sick, but then you realize nothing matters, so do it anyways. And then it's just like being on shrooms, you're in a constant loop until you get off the shrooms. Then you actually have to make the action, and then you end up on shrooms in your room for a week thinking about the action.
That part. Wow,
So,
that's beautiful.
yeah, I think that's what the universe was trying to tell me when we ended up in the hospital. Like, bitch, you don't need the shrooms. You need action. You need to stop. You need to stop numbing it with drugs. You need to stop numbing it with, I'm going to figure out the secrets of the universe. Like, bitch, shut up and get to work. That's how you're going to figure it out, by knowing yourself, by allowing yourself.
Action.
God. Action is really such an important catalyst, dude. Like, I was such an inactionate person my entire life. Like,
well, because you just think, and then your brain gets so heavy,
paralyzed.
and you're not doing anything with what you're thinking about.
And I was using all my circumstances in life. Like, I was like, oh, I'm abused, blah, 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 blah. And it's fucked up shit that happened to me. But at the same time, that cannot hold me back forever. And
do something with it,
Dude, that's kind of why I started posting, because I realized I wasted 13 years of my life just like in pain because of it, and not doing, and sabotaging myself, throwing myself under the bus, all kinds of crazy, treating myself like shit. For what? Because somebody took advantage of me or hurt me or something? You know? Why? I don't deserve that. No one does. And that's why it's so important for me to talk about it, you know? Because I think a lot of people like me, how I was, don't fucking know that yet. I seem to assume people know that because I'm like that now. But it's really not true. There's so many people out there who still need that help.
Yeah,
that
you can never assume that people aren't dumb, or that people have, like, a lot of the times when I talk about things, I don't really think it's that big of a deal, because I'm like, everybody's got to know this stuff, but like, people don't. It's hard to know stuff.
Yeah. And it's a lot of it is like the shame of learning more, and the shame, feeling like dumb and feeling like incapable and feeling like you need a guidebook or you need someone to guide you in general. That was kind of my thing. But it's like, one thing that pisses me off about this whole realm of self-help actually is a lot of people are using it so that they can be a guide for someone else, instead of trying to guide someone to be their own guide for real. Not in a buy my ebook way, although I would love to publish a book. But
Me too.
you know what I mean? Like, in a very helpful, genuine way, in a way where it's like, I actually feel this, and I
you want people to be self-sufficient.
Yes, I want to see so many people just have autonomy, dude. It really. My ideal
But that's not
world.
really what capitalism wants.
No, it's not. It wants to immobilize people. It wants people to
make
feel
them
vulnerable.
dependent on you.
Yes.
Like, you technically do make more
authority.
money or gain if you have authority, or people can't function without you.
That's true.
Which is stupid. And I don't like it.
But then again, you know what I've noticed? Without me even trying, a lot of people have projected that of me being an authority figure simply because I'm speaking publicly.
Of course.
And it's like, I
get that
never
all the
said
time.
that. That is a projection, isn't it? I think.
Well, yeah.
I'm not your boss. You can scroll.
Yeah, people don't really want to have agency, because it's scared thinking that, knowing that you're in control and that you're kind of responsible for your entire life, regardless of what's happening to you.
It makes all of your mistakes your own. It makes all of your circumstances your own. And that's a scary, that's such a scary power to behold. And also, like, not wanting to blame yourself. Like, the ego really keeps you. The ego is the devil. The ego is straight up the devil.
Yeah.
But it can be helpful in some ways. I feel like the ego can help me for one reason, because, like, you grow up as a woman, people tell you you're not shit. You shouldn't have an ego. You shouldn't care about yourself in the slightest. You shouldn't think you're the shit in the slightest. So you have to have a little ego if you've been socialized as a woman.
Yes.
But, you have to know when it becomes like the fucked toxic ego.
Yeah, I think
that hurts people.
Yeah, I think a lot of spirituality and self-help, it's a lot about, releasing your ego, which, I mean, is important for anybody to, like, again, like, be able to view yourself on a more global level than just, like, my experiences, what I've been through. But I mean, spirituality and all, like, all monotheistic religion is pretty much headed by men who also are misogynist. I mean, if you look into like, these ancient spiritual teachers, like what did they think
they're
about
all
women?
misogynists.
Yeah,
Buddha
they're
was a
misogynist.
misogynist.
Yeah. So you think about that, and then you realize that women kind of become more spiritual when they gain a sense of self, like when they really start
Exactly.
listening to themselves. And yeah, it's a whole different journey if you're a woman. And I really am yearning for more women spiritual leaders, and people who are making content about that, or
Yeah.
people who have knowledge about that. I really yearn for that type of knowledge right now.
And especially less in the realm of divine feminine, more in the realm of being an actualized human being with a soul.
Yeah. Not in the way
um,
of divine feminine, like sprinkle, like that's a whole different.
I will give an example of this very spiritual thing, this very spiritual experience that I feel like as a woman, and based off the experience I had due to me being a woman, like sexual assault, for instance, I remember I held on to an object, not this, I threw that shit away. I held on to an object that was pretty much a trophy for being like sexually assaulted, but it was a cute little Karopi, like Hello Kitty type of thing. So I kept it. I was like, oh, it's decoration. It doesn't symbolize anything. Oh, I went on Shrooms. I held it in my hand and it started to get bigger than me. It started to become bigger than me, but once I started looking at it and devaluing it, it became smaller. Once I started, like, you know what I mean? I went through that process and it was visually changing. That shit changed things for me.
That's beautiful.
That shit made me realize, like, I don't need to have, I don't know, like a trophy for that. It felt like that was my value, was the trophy.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of things I need to get rid of.
Dude, it's hard to laugh at. But at the same time, it's so real. There's still so many items in this room that literally, what do they symbolize? They symbolize my oppression. They symbolize my pain. They symbolize my suffering. They symbolize horrible things. And for some reason, I hold on to it. Why?
Yeah. Oh, humans.
Oh, silly humans.
Oh, memories.
Oh, memories. Yeah, no, for real though. Like that shit really changed how I saw myself as a human being, like as a woman or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Like I'm pretty like non-binary, but my audience doesn't seem to get that. Like I don't know, but like they get so confused. They I don't know why. I don't know if I need to start like posting more stuff about being queer, but I keep getting like these homophobic people in my DMs being like, I remember I posted, fellas, is it gay to sleep with the TV on? Because it's a joke and I'm queer. And they were like, it's the ads getting into your brain. I was like, are you genuinely homophobic? Like, you're following me and you're do you see me? It's this thing where it's like your appearance doesn't even matter anymore to indicate who you are. And it pisses me off as well. Because it's like, that's not who I am. I'm not a conservative Belle Delphine type of dyed hair girl. Like, fuck you. Like, who do you think I am?
I think there's whoever these men are online who leave comments like that, there's a tendency to just think that like there's no possible way that a woman or a queer person or just like anyone could be expressing themselves just to express themselves and not for them, like not for men. They're just like, how could you possibly do this without it being about me? How?
OSIE. Dude, have you had this experience online? I actually did want to ask you this. Have you had this experience online? I've had this quite a lot where from most, and thank God, the majority of my fan base are women. Thank God I have a loyal female following. That's important. It's so important. Like, I love my male followers. Some of y'all are great. But like the specific ones that'll send me DMs or leave comments under my YouTube videos about me talking about literally being molested as a child. And they'll be like, I think you're really pretty with black hair. Huh? One guy left a comment under like a really serious video like, I remember I got proposed to when I was 9 by an old man, and some guy commented, if I was also 9, I would also propose to you.
Yeah, that's not surprising at all. I mean, I'm sure I've gotten plenty. I mean, I don't really talk about my personal life or my personal hardships on the internet. Like, I don't really go into personal detail. And that's just a me thing. Because I don't want people to know. Like, I think you can tell what I've been through personally by what I talk about on the internet, but I don't really give people the chance to have any commentary on what's going on or what has happened to me in my life ever.
That's totally fair.
there's plenty of times when I make a video about a serious topic and people comment things about my appearance, but I genuinely, I just don't really take comments seriously most of the time.
That's really good because they're all so stupid.
Yeah. I don't have, I think my TikTok following is like 60% women. Everywhere else though, I have a predominantly male following and I don't get harassed very often.
Oh, that's really great.
Not on the level that I would expect, and I think it's a lot of queer men, but I also think that there's plenty of also because my content is very gender neutral. I kind of make I make it a point to not single out people by gender unless I'm talking about gendered issues. Like I think the patriarchy plays a role in a lot of the issues that I talk about. But I do think that most advice I give can be applied to anybody because anybody can be whack as fuck, anybody can be mean, anybody can experience heartbreak, anybody can experience growth. And I think that people of all genders yearn for that kind of, I mean, well, men, what do they get in the content that's catered towards men is all very, most of it is very egotistical and toxic.
Yeah.
So to have what I've heard from my male following is that to have a gender neutral voice who's kind of speaking to everyone and it's refreshing and it helps them be more in touch with and realize more about their own emotional journey, I guess, which I appreciate. And I get plenty of stupid comments all the time from men that are just being dumb and calling me a misandrist or a heterophobe I've been called recently, which has been hilarious. But it's worth it because I think I've there's plenty of men who have also wrote me earnest paragraphs about how I've helped them stop being toxically masculine.
So this is very true, and that's very good because I would discount my entire male following if a lot of them haven't actually been helped by my content and are genuine people, you know what I mean? It's just been recently when I've been talking about I advocate a lot for like topics when it comes to how men are affected in the patriarchy, especially when it comes to like young boys and things like that. So I speak up a lot about that because it matters to me. But what frustrated me recently was when I would post the same things about my experience that I can only speak of like from the female perspective, I suppose, and I'll get a total turnaround from a lot of the same male followers who are like, you're right, the patriarchy affects all of us, but then they'll comment, no, actually it doesn't affect you like that. Like, and it makes me feel like I don't want to cater to you anymore. I don't want to speak for you.
Yeah, they just ruin it. Not surprising. Like, I don't know.
It really
I'm never surprised.
Broke my heart because I do genuinely care. And it's like, but you wouldn't care if I died. Why is that? When I care so much for your feelings, little things like feelings. So it's just been something that I've been trying to work through, like discerning which of my male followers are like genuine people. But people will show their true colors. A lot of them will just straight up show it. So that's another thing, which I'm so grateful for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, not to get so heavy, but goddamn, like recently it's been a lot of you're becoming a feminist. I've always been a feminist, buddy.
I love those.
That's why I speak up for you
now?
Yeah.
People don't know what feminism means though.
They have no idea that it includes men. They have no idea that it includes children. They have no idea that it includes the working class. It includes everybody, guys.
Yeah.
It's not this like identity politics that you think it is. It's really not. It's we're all people, you know, and we're all affected by it. So
yeah,
that's a message I've been trying to send, but I'll keep trying. You know?
Yeah, keep doing it.
I gotta keep trying. Maybe a different approach will change the world. You know. But,
yeah, well, there's plenty of people who aren't commenting who are also seeing your stuff. So I
tend to discount those people, the silent viewers who are appreciative.
The majority of them.
Oh,
majority
my God,
of them are
thank
silent.
you for reminding me.
Yeah,
I appreciate that tons.
Yes,
but
of course.
Actually, since we're speaking about the men thing, I did want to. I really like your relationship content. I think you give really, really good relationship advice. I don't like what the majority of the internet does with it. I think you do it in a very grounded way that is rooted in reality, rooted how real relationships work, and it matters to me too because like my relationship with my partner, for instance, I want to see that with other people. I want to see that. I've never experienced that with anyone but my partner. And that one experience is life-changing. To have someone who doesn't see you as anything but a complete equal soul. It's so beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's so fucking awesome. Like
I'm so happy for you.
Dude, I'm like, I'm gonna cry because it's like we don't see the gender in each other. It's not there. It's not there. We're just people. It's so fucking awesome. And I want everyone to feel that. So I want to thank you for posting like really good, helpful, like non-insidious relationship content, because I feel like, dude, young people right now have such a skewed idea of what relationships are supposed to be and how they're supposed to make you feel.
No one knows what relationships are supposed to be. I don't think anyone's ever known what relationships are supposed to be.
Not in entirety, you know what I mean? But it's like there's a certain level that you need to be on with a romantic partner that you're not going to get with a lot of this surface level advice, a lot of this really like almost rage baity, like remember your gender advice. Like, hey, you're a boy, you're a girl. That ruins relationships. These gender norms are ruining
so divisive
relationships. And it's just been something that's been really pissing me off, because as much as I can appreciate some of the Shira 7 type of a little bit, I can appreciate some of the sentiments. I understand where it comes from. I just think it's like really bad situation to have alpha male podcasts and alpha female podcasts at the same time opposing each other and making love so also heteronormative at the same time.
Yeah, this is the hell that heterosexual people live. Because when you think about it, I mean, why would we need such gender extremism? Because it's extreme masculine and extreme feminine. And those in this, patriarchal marriage-focused culture, like that is like, these are the pinnacles of like what people are quote unquote supposed to be by whatever arbitrary standard, like made up bullshit made the nuclear family. And it's also rooted in religion and patriarchy and American Christian nationalism.
Very much
to be frank. So they're not really, it's not aimed at getting you into like a holistic, beautiful, like soul match. This is to play the game of marriage, because these people are looking at dating not as really like again, like I'm not like, oh, I want to have like this beautiful love match. And like people do want love. They want love. And we've said like, oh, you should be in love with the person you marry. Like that's a modern goal, but it's the goal. But the above the love is still like marriage. Marriage is the goal. So it's really just playing these games of like, how can you get into a 2-person union, settle down, and have a family? And how can you do that by this certain time? And what are the best games to play? How can you trick people? How can it's just a bunch of trickery. I mean, women are very much like in a patriarchal marriage-based society, it's like, how do I get a man to commit to me? How do I get a man to want to be with me?
Yeah, absolutely.
How do I do that? What trickery can I do? Because men are all liars or they're all cheats, and how do I trick them into, what attention games can I play? And I mean, men that ask themselves the same question, how can I play this girl? Like, how can I, but and it just ends up extending into all of these branches that are just ultimately so unhelpful and so divisive, and no one's actually being themselves, because being yourself is terrifying. Yeah, it is. And then being yourself, and we have a very cynical culture. We have a culture that on one hand says you have to be in love. Love is the end goal. You want to find someone you love for life. But then to love is like very cringy. Or it's like, if you're a man and you're a romantic person, it's like, you're gay. And then for women, it's like, don't fall for that stupid love bullshit. It's not real. They're not actually going to love you. It's not actually going to happen. So you have this super cynical culture that's also telling you that the end goal is love. Yeah. So people are just insane. And also nobody actually knows what love is or what a relationship is supposed to be. And we're no longer defining relationship. Like, this is like the first time in history where people are getting into relationships purely for emotional satisfaction. Like, as a 21st century, woman,
Yeah.
queer
Quote
person,
unquote,
whatever.
right? Like, yeah.
Right. Who, I have the agency to, I have a community of people who fulfill my emotional needs. I have friends, I have family, I have a career. I'm doing everything I want to with my life. What's the reason for me to get into a relationship? For emotional fulfillment. I don't
Exactly.
need to do it for a bank account. So we have that kind of emotional divide as well. So it's like, it's purely for emotional fulfillment, yet people are so emotionally immature because nobody's taught to be emotionally mature because the school system is complete bullshit and no one's actually being taught
Tell me
anything that
about
they
it.
need for a successful and good life. So no one knows what love even is, and everyone has an abstract definition of it. Everyone's just kind of making it up as they go, and you label it as like this strong, all-consuming thing, but there's no actual guidelines on how to love that are widely educated.
Absolutely not. In fact, it's kind of the opposite. It's just telling you all the wrong things. Every
Yes.
wrong thing you could possibly do to
Yes.
ruin an untainted human relationship, a
Yes.
romantic relationship, even a friendship. If you play
Yeah.
games, it's not a friendship. It's not a real connection with another human being if you need to play so many fucking games.
Yeah, and it's all super self-preserving because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, the root of it is, it's in the individual. And it's scary. The dating scene is scary.
I will say I've heard this from every single one of my single friends that the dating scene is absolutely the worst right now for young people. And I absolutely think it's because of all those things you just said. That's what I'm observing. It's like even with recent conversations with friends, it's like everything is about, first of all, getting into a relationship because you're young and you're lonely, you're young, you have no friends, you have no community, you have no goals, you have no intrinsic value in yourself, you don't see anything within yourself, you're looking for something to fill that void. And I've been down that road many a time before I was able to figure out what the hell I was doing to myself, but just like I don't know, it seems I didn't have that burden of seeing that type of content. I was in a relationship far before this type of content started becoming very prevalent online. So I don't, but then again, it even affected my own non-gender conforming relationship because of our biological genders. You know what I mean? How
I've been in that
seeped
exact
in.
predicament before. Yeah.
That makes me feel very seen because I felt very strange as like a queer individual in a literally queer relationship simply because we're both biologically whatever or cis or whatever.
Yeah.
Hell, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. And that paradox of, well, we're still a man and a woman and there's biological blah, 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 and this is why. And a lot of the things is just childhood trauma. And we see it as, this is a toxic masculine or toxic feminine trait. It's like, this is trauma. This is a real person going through processing real shit, and it's not going to be pretty. It's going to be uncomfortable. You're going to see parts of your partner that you don't want to see. You're not going to want to see that. It's not going to fill you emotionally, but you're going to have to see it. You're going to have to I think that's a very important step in relationships that a lot of young people will not take because it's so scary to be vulnerable with your partner in that way, to be like, this is why I act like this, or give me grace when I act like this, or like,
Yeah.
dude, giving grace. And it's not even the Christian, like, I let him beat me type of way. It's like sometimes you're isolating yourself because you have some shit you're processing since you were like 5 years old. How's that my business? I'm also processing shit from when I was like 5 years old. I can understand that. I can appreciate that. Like, we can talk. Communication is one thing that no one knows how to do in their romantic relationships, not to mention friend relationships. And this is a problem I have. I'm horrible at keeping friends. I'm just not good at it. I'm horrible at making friends. My autism has not been helpful in that at all, but that's also not an excuse. But, friendships are just hard for me personally, which makes it hard to find community because it's like there's always something of, I see the rose-colored glasses with friends even more than romantic relationships. I really want them to be that person. And then they tell me something fucked up. They'll be like, yeah, my friend sexually assaulted. Oh, I can never talk to you again. Why would you say that? I'm never talking to you again, you piece of shit.
Oh, God.
I actually voted for Trump. What? You voted for Trump? How could I have not seen? You know what I mean? Like, the craziest things I overlook in friends, and then I realize, and I'm like, oh shit, and then you have to like cut them off immediately, because I'm not having a conversation with you because you voted for Trump. I'm not going to have like a open conversation with you about how you're a shitty person.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to like leave.
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. It's like, okay, don't judge a book by its cover. But I tend to only be friends with people who are like visibly gay.
It's important. It's actually important. I've been overlooking this since high school. I haven't had like queer friends since, well, it's because I had a bad experience with like my one queer friend group. It was all like women, non-binary skater group. And then I got raped and they all sided with my rapist.
Oh.
So after that, I kind of never entered a queer friend group again, because I was kind of really scared that they were the same as
queer people can do whack shit like that too.
Yeah. Like, and then another thing that made me feel strange was like, almost like, and I don't know how to say this in a way that's not like coming off as conservative. I've noticed in a lot of the queer friend groups I've been in, there's been a pressure to like do sexual things that like a lot of times with like of the same sex, it's always like another woman or another like non-gender conforming woman. And like, well, friends can kiss. We're queer. And it's like, are you trying to touch me? Like, I don't understand what's going on.
You don't have to make out with your friends. I make out with my friends, but like it's
and
very
that's okay
much
with
personally
consent.
like I want to do that.
Yeah, that's okay. But it's more like in the groups that I've been, it's like I go from like a straight friend group where I don't feel like I belong and they're shitty, and then I go to a queer friend group and they're like, you know, like if you let me let me kiss you, like I was like, oh, okay, or like we can kiss, and like it's like, okay, like what's going on? Like, I was scared. But then
that's scary.
It's kind of scary. But then again, sometimes a lot of the queer are like, oh, I'm an alternative person, but they don't hold any of those values, and you only find out once it's kind of too late.
That's true. People can be cool presenting and then not actually cool.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's difficult with anyone to suss out if they're a good person, because I mean, you can fake a lot of shit. You can fake like humans are just kind of, we're all hiding. Again, like it's scary to be yourself.
I would want to ask you, because you're obviously a person who knows your community and you have your friends and you have your circle and they're people you trust. And I think it would help not just like me, but people in my audience, because like it's hard to make friends. It's hard to find community these days, especially as an adult. Even if you don't talk to anyone from high school, I definitely fucking don't, you know. Nobody goes outside anymore. I suppose. What would your advice be for creating community that is not going to hurt you? Is not going to, you can't of course ever anticipate that, but you know what I mean? How can you ensure that you're using your discernment correctly with friendships?
Ooh. Okay, well, I will start off by saying that I kind of won the lottery friendship-wise.
Period. Me with my relationships, same. Like,
right.
Yeah.
I have had the same best friend since I was 5 years old.
That's nice.
She's like, I have a life partner, like a platonic life partner, someone who we've grown up together, and not like the best friend where it's just like, oh, we've just known each other forever, so we just stayed friends, but like, we have the same values, we get along, we like a lot of the same things.
Yeah,
we're spiritually like entwined and like on the same level, like just like someone who is my match.
Absolutely.
So I've had her kind of my whole life. And then the other kind of leg up that I have friendship wise is that I did not go to school. I was not put through the American public school system. I was also not homeschooled. I was something called Unschooled, which is a very radical thing that not many people know of, but I was taken out of school in 3rd grade. Yeah, I just kind of, and people are like, what did you do your whole childhood? I like played and like pursued my hobbies. Like, I don't know.
Dude, OSIE. If how my life would have turned out.
Right.
Oh my goodness. If I ever have children, if we ever have children.
Yeah.
Okay. Got you. Thank you for letting me know about that.
Yeah. Hit me up if you need more information. It's very
Absolutely.
cool.
Thank you.
So that is another big thing. But that being said, I did not miss out on any of the social falling out experiences that you get as a young adult. I had multiple best friends who betrayed me in my middle school days. I had a codependent high school friend group that, we totally abused a bunch of substances together. So Yeah, and through that, I've always had my one best friend. I am still in contact with a lot of people from that high school friend group, but the good ones who I realize had the same values as me.
There are always good people. I still am friends with one good person.
Yeah, like there's so I have my, okay, one thing I would say that is helpful to my social life is I don't have like a friend group that is defined as like we are a group, we only hang out as a group. I have like plenty of friends who we all know each other very well. We know each other from the same things. We could be considered a group, but we don't function as like a you have to be a part of the hive mind. And if you hang out with them without me, then it's offensive. Like I get happy when my friends hang out without me because I'm like, you guys are all individually bonding. This is going to make us a lot stronger. So you just kind of have a base level of like willingness to communicate and also just like emotional immaturity. And again, in order to have any relationship in your life, you have to be actively on the ride with yourself to work through your own insecurities, or else every relationship you have will crumble. Romantic or friendship relationships, your insecurities can eat anything alive if you let them. So that's probably one of my number one advices. Don't pretend to be someone you're not. I know this is a very popular piece of advice. I'm not somebody who switches my personality based on who I'm hanging out with. I'm pretty much the same person in front of anybody. And I know that's a hard place to get to. And this again ties it. My number one tip is genuinely just like love yourself, do what it takes to love yourself and be at peace with yourself. So putting on the same version for everyone I know, I don't feel like paranoid when my friends from different areas of my life meet each other. Because I'm not like, oh, I act like this with this person, I act like this with this person. No, I'm always me. So there's not that like identity crisis happening when I switch between like hanging out with friends or my friends meet each other. So operate on the same values, same hobbies. Like don't change yourself based on who you're hanging out with, and then you won't have that fear of like, and when you're genuine, when you act the same in front of everybody, then people know who you are. They know your values, and because you talk about your values, they be upfront with your personality. I mean, and that's something that's easy for me because I'm an extrovert, so people know what I'm about. I think this is gonna be like woo woo, but like
no,
you can sense people's energy. Yeah, you can sense people's energy. Yeah, if you don't ignore your intuition about people.
I always tend to do that. That is literally the worst
thing
you
before,
can do.
babe.
I can attest to that.
Yeah, it's worst mistake ever.
Yeah.
But you learn over time. Don't ignore. Listen to your intuition, and pay attention to the way that people talk about themselves. Pay attention to what they're saying about themselves. I think that we really get caught up in like, how do I know that this person is authentic? How do I know? You will know if you shut up and listen. Like, really listen to them. If someone's gonna, and this applies to dating too, it just applies to getting to know anybody.
Indeed.
Every time I've had like a bad dating experience, chances are in the first few times I spoke to the person, they pretty much laid out for me how the whole thing was gonna go.
You're right.
Because they'll say it. Right. They'll say it. Oh, I'm bad at communicating. Oh, I'm pretty avoidant. Oh, this is what happened in my last relationship. It's just listen to what they have to say and also listen to your intuition. There's no way to know for sure that somebody's not going to hurt you. And community comes with inconvenience. It comes with occasional pain, jealousy, all the things. But it's also important to know what your boundaries are. How much can you take? Like, what's your limit? What's your limit? What are you going to let people, like, what is too bad for you to forgive? It's really important that none of the relationships in your life feel like they're consistently draining you. Reciprocation is one of the number one values that I have. Like, you want it to feel like an equal give and take, but not in a way where you're keeping track, but in a place of like ease. I just try to have friends that are not, I don't know how to say this in any other way, like white. And I don't just mean that, like, I don't mean that in a skin color way.
For real, you're being real right now.
I mean that in a, and I mean someone could be completely ethnically white, but if they were, like, if just cultured, you want to have friends who are cultured.
Cultured, indeed.
Yeah.
I've,
Anyone
I've,
I know who
mhm.
sorry, what?
I no, it's just I've noticed recently, and I'm going to actually say this. Yeah, I'll say it. Sure. I've noticed a lot of my white friends have not been sympathizing with the fact that ICE had been patrolling my neighborhood just 2 weeks ago. They didn't care.
Yeah.
They thought
It's
that,
shit like that.
you know, it's an inconvenience for me. Not like I could my family could. They rang on my doorbell. You know, I'm terrified. I can't talk to you right now. I am terrified. You know, it's that type of thing. I feel like they really don't understand that, and then they will be like, "Well, you live in a good area, or you'll be fine." You know?
Yeah,
Type of
it's shit
thing.
like that. It's the ignorance. I've not really had many successful friendships with white people. And again, like I mean that in a cultural way as well. Anyone
Yeah.
I know who has come from or been raised in like a culture, and usually their culture like culture similar to my own, like another Pacific
Yeah.
Islander or a Filipino or like Mexicans. Like I love
I
all my
love
peoples.
my Filipinos. Tagalog
Me
for
too.
life.
Me
Pinoys for
too.
life. Mahal kita. Like, I
Yes,
love
exactly.
my people, man.
Exactly. So people who come from a cultural background where they know
Yes.
they have some sort of cultural values that evolve around community and reciprocation.
Right.
So it's good to also consider what they were nurtured by
So
culturally
true.
growing up. And
Ignorance it's just ignorance. Like, you just
yeah,
don't know. You have not experienced that. So I can also give grace to the white people in my life who have said things like that, because you don't truly understand, and that's your experience. How would you
yeah,
know?
and I mean, I have plenty of white friends who do understand it and have put their effort into
True that.
understanding things culturally, or who have like done the work, and that's great. Like, love them.
Right.
But yeah, if it's important to, you don't want to have a wokeness gap.
You don't have a
So
wokeness gap. You also want to meet people where they're at, but at the same time, if where they're at is so drastically,
if where they're at
You
is
know?
racism, you don't
Yeah.
necessarily need to have them in your inner circle.
exactly, you don't really have to have grace for those people. And I also think that a lot of white people have this mindset where they're like, I'm going to still try and make them a better person. You know, I'm going to keep trying to, like, you know, I'm going to be there for them because maybe they grew up in a and they'll excuse this behavior. They'll excuse this and this and this and this and that horrible behaviors that I couldn't imagine excusing in my friends because they love them. If you love someone, you want them to grow, no? You want them to, I don't know, you want them to be a good person. You want have good values, no?
It's really important that you don't try to fix anyone, and that you also learn what your line is between being there for somebody and just like helping them grow as a person, as you should with anyone that you love. The line between that
Right.
and just like trying to make someone into something that they're not, or something that
project.
they don't want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard line to navigate, and you also have to be able to realize when you're projecting your own stuff. There's plenty of people that I've tried to help who didn't want my help, but I wanted to help them because I saw my past self in them, and there's just like too much.
Teacher,
like, you
me
just
too. Teacher,
be
me too.
self-aware. Right, be self-aware. Be self-aware.
Oh.
Love yourself as best as you can. Be aware of your insecurities. Like, just genuinely, if everyone could just read some fucking books about love and communication, everyone would be better off. Everyone would know how to, like, it's just important to be emotionally educated.
And I want to actually expand on that just a bit. First of all, like, my greatest friend that I ever had, I had lost because of that very thing, that very, you know what I mean, that I'm trying to help you. You don't want to get better. You never want to get better. I want the best for you. And then it kind of spiraled into, well, you know, I don't want to get better. I would rather betray you for trying to help me type of thing. Have you ever been in that type of situation? That was the worst betrayal of my life, I think.
Yes, been there, love it.
It was so heartbreaking.
Made so much art.
No, for real. Oh my God. It literally, that's what made
At
me
the end of the
think
day
seriously about my music. Losing
Right.
that friendship. Wow. That's
At
so
the
real.
end of the day, it's like, at least I made an album.
Like, I can,
know.
and even with music is my passion. But dude, fucking drawing random shit. I was collecting my frames from my glasses. I've been taking them out of my glasses, so I can make art with them. It's waste. I can make art with waste. You can make art with anything. You can express your emotions through art with anything. It's so awesome.
Especially the things that are considered shitty.
Yes, trash is treasure.
Yes.
I love my junk journal so much. I collect
oh my God.
all the trash.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah, trying to help someone and then it don't work. And,
it's so painful.
You know, you never want to be mama to someone.
No,
you know,
for real.
unless they're actually your baby, and like I'll have my baby one day and I'll be mama. But like, I'm not gonna be mama to my friends. I'm not gonna be mama to my partner. I mean.
To an extent.
Okay, well, that's actually funny because, like, all my friends and I, we are always calling each other mama all the time. We're like, mama, can we store? Like, that's how I talk to my friends. But Mommy? It's a different thing.
Mommy, can I have a Mr. Beast chocolate bar?
Exactly like that, actually.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to fucking be responsible for somebody's whole shit that they got going on.
I was revolving my entire life around trying to make hers better. And I've done this with so many people. But then when you realize I don't need to be a guru for my friends, I don't need to treat them as a project. It's honestly kind of dehumanizing to treat them as a project in the first place, you know? And I've been trying to kind of show other people who feel like they have to project. People don't need to be a project for you.
Well, what's fun about that, which both you and I are doing now at this point in our lives, is you realize you have a knack for wanting to help people forward and wanting to help them by telling them your experiences. So instead of doing that in your personal life, get online, say it to the internet, whoever wants to take it can, and if they don't like it, they can click off the fucking video, and no one is emotionally indebted to one another.
And I think that's why I started, to be honest, because I realized it wasn't the efforts I was putting in real life were not giving the results that I wanted. I genuinely wanted to see real results of helping people, you know? But now that I've been doing it, I've helped people in real life, but the amount of people on TikTok that have sent me messages that have made me cry. Like, one girl moved out of her narcissistic mother's house with her child within a week of seeing my video about narcissism. Within a week.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
That shit will stay in my heart forever.
Yeah.
And then she told me, if you're ever in Ireland, you can stay at my place. I'm on my way.
That's beautiful. Yeah, it's shit like that motivates me to keep going. And it's just going. Better.
Yes.
It's better, and it's more healthy than trying to fix anyone in your real life, because they really don't, people don't fucking need to be fixed. Like, just leave them alone.
They'll figure it out on their own. They need to kind of have those real life experiences that you had that led you to this conclusion, you know? Like, how are they going to get there? By me holding their hand through it. I had to do it uncomfortably. Everyone has to. Everyone has to, like, really be in the deep, really shitty, scary parts of it. But it's so worth it. And you have to keep doing that your whole life. That's one thing a lot of these self-help people don't really like to mention, that you have to keep doing that your whole life. You have to keep up with that.
Yeah.
It's like hygiene. It's mental hygiene. It's spiritual hygiene.
Yeah. It's a journey forever.
Forever. Until you die. And there's no getting out of that. It's not like you're going to find the meaning of life or the meaning of who you are. You're not going to find out completely by the time you die. This is a fruitless pursuit.
You just do what you can and then you go away.
And and you do your best, and that's what you should be so convicted in. I did a good job, not like I found out everything. Like, I did the best with what I could in my lifetime.
There's way too much on the earth. Yeah.
Yeah. There's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this has been really awesome. It's been like, we've been on here for 2 hours now.
We have?
Oh my God.
You're very delightful to talk to, OSIE.
Thank you. You too. I've enjoyed. Yes, I've enjoyed talking to someone who is like one of my peers and does the same thing that I do. Cause girl, I don't. Who the fuck else does it?
No, seriously though,
I don't know anyone in real life who does the same thing I do.
I'm gonna be real with you. Me neither.
Yeah, cause
we're all we got.
Yeah.
Well, I hope someone sees this podcast and decides that they want to use their skills to do the same. But thank you for being on the podcast. I mean, your content has meant so much to me. It's meant a lot for my own journey, so I want to thank you for that. Even my little brother was like,
"Thank you.
You got OSIE on the podcast. I love OSIE. Like, his friends love you. They live in the Middle East, OSIE. They live in the Middle East."
Dude, I forget. Like, what?
Yeah.
I forget that, like, people know who I am and
Dude,
that I
everyone
have a
knows who you are.
platform.
And they all
That's
love
crazy.
you, OZ. They all love you.
crazy.
Even if they pretend
Thank
like
you
they
so
hate you,
much.
they all love you. Okay?
Thank you so much. That is so sweet. I
mean it.
Really, I'm honored, and I'm honored to be an inspiration. I'm so glad
Dude,
that
you really
I
helped me.
inspired you at all to like help like share your stuff, because I mean your stuff is dope too. I like the video that made me follow you was your one about victims creating perpetual victims.
Yes.
That is something I still think about to this day, and it's just so prevalent to what I've been going through in my life for the past 3 fucking years.
Yeah.
It's really crazy to think about. So that shit really woke me up.
Well,
So I'm glad that I could have been at all an inspiration that helped you want to put your stuff out into the world.
you absolutely were. I'm glad that video meant something to you, because that video came from me simply going through that in real time. Like, really,
Yeah.
I realized I was hurting the people I love type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's good to be aware. It's good to meet people who are aware, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's been very nice to talk to you today, OZ. So thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you.
Oh, I did want to say, you go ahead and promote your music. What the fuck are you doing?
Oh, yes. Oh my god, me forgetting. Okay. For anyone who doesn't know me, I'm OSIE Kaplan. OSIE KAPLAN on all platforms. My YouTube is OSIE777, and I also make music, and I'm in a band, and you can find me on streaming platforms under OSIE, OSIE, all caps. And if you're in the San Francisco Bay Area, I play a lot of shows, and hopefully I will be going to other places this year.
Oh,
yes.
Come to Atlanta, please come to Atlanta.
I want to, as soon as I figure out how to tour.
No, for real. I don't even know how
I'm
to get my
doing
first
it.
gig. I have no idea. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's you just kind of have to go outside
Yeah.
to any shows around you. Like, I'm
And be like,
sure.
"Hey."
I mean, Atlanta definitely has a scene.
Dude,
like, you
it
just got to
has
get out
one
there.
of the biggest music scenes in the country. I
Yeah.
need to get out there like ASAP.
Yeah,
Rocky
Atlanta
ASAP.
has so much. Yeah, so
Yeah.
much good music comes from Atlanta.
Indeed.
But yeah, thank you for having me on.
Of course. I hope I see you in Atlanta very soon.
Yes,
You're always welcome to crash at my spot. But
thank you.
yeah, but it might be on an air mattress though. If you want to
That's
not
okay.
sleep on an air mattress, I will not force you to stay at my place. Actually,
It's all good.
it's kind of uncomfortable. But anyways, thank you again, and I'm gonna end
Thank
off.
you,
I guess
too.
I'll do the outro now. Go check
Yes.
out OSIE everywhere. You better go check out OSIE everywhere. OSIE Kaplan. OSIE Kaplan. Did I get it?
Yes, you did. Thank you.
Hey. Okay, but no, for real. Go check out OSIE. And oh wait, I'm supposed to do a journal prompt at the end of my podcast. Do you have a good one? I know you have a good one. I know you have a good one. If you don't, it's okay. I could come up with one.
Okay. I honestly, what I was in my meditation today. This is a journaling prompt, but also a visualization prompt.
Very important.
What's your biggest fear?
What is it?
And I know that's like, oh, why am I gonna write in my journal about my biggest fear? But then you can also write out or visualize a scenario in which you encounter that fear
Ooh.
and conquer it, bro.
Oh, so
Conquer that fear in your head. Like, just imagine yourself doing that, and then
Wow.
you can write down some reasons that you don't need to let that fear rule you, and also put some love on the fear and let it go, girl.
Dead ass, put some love on the fear. Okay, that
Put
was.
some love on the fear and let it go.
I'm gonna be doing that right after this. Alrighty, y'all.
Yay! Well, have a lovely every of the times, everyone, and Momo as well.
Yes, of course. And this is MOMOPILL signing off. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Yapology 101. And once again, I'll see you next time. Bye.